Hey everybody, it is your realtor Dave, and today I want to talk to you about some common tax breaks that homeowners get to have. Now, I want to start off by saying this. I'll probably say it about 32 times in this video, maybe not that much, but I just want to reiterate this is not tax advice. I am not a CPA, I am not an accountant, I'm not a bookkeeper. I'm just a real estate agent that knows some stuff. Now, tax stuff changes all the time, so I don't keep abreast of it as much as a CPA does. So if any of this has got you getting some questions about it, Google it, talk to a CPA, try and find specific answers for you because how I file and you file are maybe totally different. So let's get into it. I want to start off with some of the things that are not deductible. Okay, not deductible. Your homeowner's insurance, you can't deduct it. The principal amount of your mortgage payment, you cannot deduct. Depreciation, you cannot deduct. Now, what I'm talking about right now is I'm talking about a homeowner. I'm not talking about investment properties. Okay, so if you have an Airbnb, you have a rental, things like that, totally different. I'm talking about single family homeowners. Okay, you cannot write off your utilities, including your internet. You cannot write off your down payment onto the house. Now, if you're fortunate enough to be able to have some domestic help, you cannot write off domestic help off of your home. You cannot write off many home repairs. There are some repairs that you can write off, and I'll get into that in the you can section. Okay, and the last thing that you can't write off that are common expenses to houses are the weed Nazis. You cannot write off homeowners association dues fees. Okay. Now let's get into some of the. Oh, and before I go into the what you can get, these items right here I got off of the IRS website, so I can probably with very strong confidence say those are legit. Okay. Now let's talk about the things that you can write off. Okay. Your mortgage interest. So you're going to get a statement, a tax statement at the end of the year from your lender. In it, it's going to show what your interest was. You can write that interest off as an expense for the house on your taxes. If you have a home equity loan, you can write off the interest on the home equity loan. If when you bought your house, you paid discount points, you can write those off on your taxes. Your property taxes, you can write off as well. Let's say you're like me and you have your home business here in your house. You can write off a portion of your house, the utilities, stuff like that. We're starting to get into different stuff now, but you can have home office expenses written off on your taxes. Capital gains. If you have any expenses, you can write them off. Now, the last thing I want to talk about are necessary home repairs. Now, with necessary home repairs, I'm not talking about like the AC went out and you had to fix it. I'm talking about maybe you got hurt in a car accident or you have contracted some kind of disease or virus or something unfortunate, and now you're in a wheelchair or you have a family member in a wheelchair. Now you have to widen doorways. You have to build a ramp to make the house accessible. You have to do some certain things. You have to remodel a bathroom for it to be accessible. Those type of items are typically able to be written off on your taxes. Okay. Again, I am not a CPA. I'm not a bookkeeper. I don't work for the IRS. I'm just a guy that knows what I kind of tend to deduct. And when it comes to deductions, honestly, I don't even claim all of my deductions because if I ever get audited by the IRS, I want to have a smile on my face, give them all of my paperwork, and tell them how much money they owe me in back tax returns. But if you're looking at things, especially if you're a first time home buyer and you're not sure what you can write off, okay, you can write off your mortgage interest, you can write off your property taxes. If for some reason you have a home equity loan, you can write that off. If you pay discount points to lower your interest rate, you can write those off. And then if you have a home office, you can write off a percentage of that based off of the percentage that you use to the house. So if you have any questions about taxes, what you can and can't write off, I really recommend you talk to a CPA. If you use TurboTax or something like that, a lot of times they have experts you can talk to that are very familiar with the tax codes, especially if your state has different tax codes than another states versus the federal government, and so on and so forth. So I hope that this is just a quick down and dirty that helps you out. And if you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to reach out and hit me in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can get more of the helpful tips that I have coming out. Every week there's going to be something new and helpful for you.